All right, this is a basic hip hop groove. Sounds like this. Basic hip hop groove, but actually hip hop is sampled funk music. Tunes like James Brown's Funky Drummer and stuff are usually sampled or just clips of it are taken in hip hop tunes. This particular groove is used in things like Impeach the President by the Honey Drippers, X Gonna Give It by DMX, and Barbie Dreams by Nicki Minaj. So anyways, let's break this thing down and kind of get into how to play it. So the first thing I like to do on hip hop rhythms is actually play the bass drum and the snare drum. And the reason is because that's really kind of the essence, right? That's the part we want to hear. The hi-hat, in a way, is just kind of accompaniment. Most of the time, it's just accompaniment. But in this case, that drum and bass, we want to really kind of make that pop. So the rhythm is just simply... So slowly, one more time, it's... If I break that down, just the bass drum is. Right? So putting that with the snare one more time. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now there is a little funky note in the snare that's called a grace, or not a grace, it's a ghost note or a tap, right? So this is an accent. Then right before that third beat bass drum, there's a little note that's a little bit quieter than the other notes that leads into it. So listen to it. So listen to it. Just kind of break that. 2, ready, and right. And the last part of this is just right. So breaking that whole thing down. Cool. Now let's throw the hi-hat in there and kind of get our hands doing stuff. So just playing our hands, right? Just the snare. Actually, let's start with just the bass. It's a little bit easier. So the bass drum part is just. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1. Now let's just play 2 and 4, right, with the hi-hat and the snare, getting rid of that tap, right, that ghost note. We're just playing 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to add that bass drum, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, right? Now the trick here is just adding that little note. Listen, just the hi-hat and the snare. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Now let's put it all together nice and slow with the bass drum. And remember to watch that grace note. That tap, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Up the tempo. Pro tip on this one, really dig into that snare so that there's a clear separation between those accents and that ghost note or tap. You also notice I'm slamming those accents even with the hi-hat to make sure that part pops. And the bass drum is also just as dominant in the groove. And that is the hip hop groove.